What is this enormous place? She wondered. This was her first time outside, having existed for only a short time so far. There were so many new sights, smells, and sounds all around her. Ow! She felt an itch around her neck and started scratching it vigorously. After the itch subsided, she looked around some more. In the distance, she could see some of the larger creatures, but these were ones she had never seen before. Determined to explore as much of this new world as she could before the beasts that fed her took her back inside, she moved forward. As she approached the new beasts, they turned towards her and crouched down. Well, they seem friendly enough, she thought, as the beasts reached out and started stroking her fur. Just when she was starting to enjoy these new beasts, the smaller, food-giving beast approached, probably meaning to trap her again. They exchanged noises, none of which made any sense to her. After a while, the food-giver started walking away without her. Yes, it forgot me. Now I can do whatever I want, go wherever I want. Ah! She chirped in surprise as she was lifted up by one of the seemingly friendly beasts and held while they got into a strange box. But this was still a new experience, so she decided she would allow it for now. They must have angered this new box, as it suddenly roared to life, and soon took off moving quickly away from her old home. The beast didn't seem to realize there was any danger, and the one she was sitting on kept stroking her fur. The fool. The box beast kept running for quite a while, which finally alerted the others that there was something dangerous, because they started making their noises again. Eventually, the beast that was her seat began to make a noise at her repeatedly. She couldn't understand what it meant, but it sounded like Chris. She had no idea what this meant, but the beast seemed determined to make sure she heard it, so she figured she'd remember this noise. Besides, she liked the nice "s" sound that it had. Ow! What's going on? Did the formerly friendly beast just pinch me? She wondered, as its weird paws were combing through her fur. Uh-oh. The beast barked nonsensically. Think I saw a flea. She had no idea what those noises were about, but the other two, possibly still friendly beasts, reacted immediately. They don't seem to be too happy with what the formerly friendly beast was making noise about. Finally, one of the friendly beasts in front managed to calm the box beast, so they all fled to the safety of what she assumed was just the nearest food box. She soon realized she had been wrong to trust these new beasts. While they had been good for brushing her fur, they were as bad as the old food givers about letting her roam free. They were worse even, because now she couldn't even leave this room. Luckily, this area has a small desert, otherwise she couldn't do her business. And the beast who pinched her has been good at food bringing. She will never give up, though. She will escape. During what seemed like years, it wasn't, of imprisonment, she was subjected to all kinds of torture. The beasts put a stinky collar on her, which only seemed to make the itching worse. When they gave up on that doing her in, they tried to poison her. Thankfully, the beast had terrible control and poured all the poison on the back of her neck. During her nights, she tried her best to defeat the beast that guarded her, mostly by trying to stop its breathing by sitting on its chest, but it seemed immune. The torture stopped eventually, but the beast still wouldn't let her go. But it had seemed to stop pinching her, and she had really started to like that noise they made, Chris, with that extended "s" sound at the end. She suspected that it was the beast's word for her. Despite that, she decided she'd use it for her name. At night, she continued her struggle to bring down the beast by sitting, Until one night, when she had an idea. It was crazy, but maybe just crazy enough to work. "You can do this," she thought, trying to work herself up for what she had planned. "There's no way they can stop me after this." She reached out, bringing her paw closer to the beast's face, and started batting at its mouth and nose. The beast's eyes jerked open and it gave a surprised bark. Not wanting to give it a chance to defend, she started gently batting at the beast's face again. Suddenly, one of its giant weird paws was grasping her around the middle. "No, I failed," she yelled as the beast moved her away from its face, which she assumed must have been in ribbons, having been subjected to her fiercest attacks. The beast survived, unfortunately, and must have exceptional healing, because there were no signs of her attack by the next day. She was ready to give up all hope, but soon the beast succumbed to the delayed effect of her attack and opened the door, releasing her from this prison. She was finally free to roam, and now she could see all kinds of smaller beasts, too. Maybe she could catch some of them. They looked tasty.